With me now is Liz from Hillside Garden Landscaping. And Liz, last week you provided an update on COVID-19 as it applies to landscaping. Do you have any updates for us this week?
I do. The Empire State Development Corporation is the governing authority in New York State which produces the guidelines for what qualifies a business as essential or not. And according to their current guidelines, we can conclude that landscape maintenance and pest control is currently deemed essential and may continue. This means spring cleanups, mowing, fertilizing, and spraying to control pest and disease issues as necessary. But wrongly suggested that each landscaping company personally apply for a business exemption with the ESDC to make sure that they can perform those services. And it's really important that any landscaping business that does choose to perform this work, it's imperative that they follow strict safety guidelines provided by the state. That includes maintaining safe distances, sanitizing trucks, tools, and equipment, and properly training your staff really well, and the importance of knowing guidelines are really key.
Yeah.
And of course, they should always inform their clients or business owners that they are coming to the property, when they will be there, how long they will be there, and they should be ready to supply those homeowners or business owners with their safety plan of action.
Okay.
So it's really, I point out that under the ESDC guidelines, hardscaping construction and new plantings or planting bed installations currently are not qualified as essential. So only landscape maintenance has been approved right now, not new construction projects.
Gotcha. And as we know, everyone is, for the most part, at home right now. What are some activities that families can be doing when it comes to gardening right now?
We're seeing a really big surge in interest in vegetable gardening this year. Everybody's kind of home right now. There's been a lot of people that are starting seeds with kids because it's just such a fun activity. So vegetable gardening, is really going to be big this year. And right now is the perfect time to be ordering seed or rootstock for plants later in the season. So you can spend some time as a family discussing what types of vegetables you may want to grow, learning about what a cold season or a warm season crop is. And some plants can be sown outdoors early while the weather is still cool. We call those cool season crops. For example, asparagus roots or onions, little baby onion sets can be put in the garden as early as now. For seeds, things like peas and spinach are cool season crops and be sown directly right now as well. Later in the season, you can add many more vegetables to your garden. Just make sure that you're making, that you're doing your research to make sure that things are frost hardened. So in a few weeks, you can start to plant some seeds inside, some more seeds to get ready for, right after Memorial Day, this chance of frost has passed, and you can transplant your seedlings outside. Some of those cool season crops that you plant early in the season will be finished, usually by the time the weather heats up and summer begins. So those crops can either be pulled and sown, or you can wait until later in the season when the temperatures go back cooler and then seed those again. Many vegetables can be planted directly in the ground, or you can plant in raised beds. Raised beds have really been gaining popularity over the last few years because they're very easy to maintain as far as weeding and watering and whatnot, so they're just a really easy way to garden. Our landscaping team builds raised beds, and we can build them out of safe, non-treated timber. We can build them out of concrete retaining wall projects at any size or shape to fit your backyard. So we can start those sort of things for you. If you've got ideas of what you may want for raised beds, our viewers, they can send them to us via email or give us a call. We can start that discussion. And then later on in the season, when construction season comes again, we can install those for you. So don't be afraid to give us a call, and we're doing consultations via the phone and internet, and you can always email me any questions you have.
Hey, thank you so much, Liz. It was great talking to you.
You too. Thank you for having me. I'm Liz Snyder, your home gardener from Hillside Garden Landscaping.
For more Home Gardener segments, visit WBNG.com, click on Around the Tiers, and select Home Gardener from the drop-down menu. If you have any questions, email Liz at hillsidegl.com. Thank you for tuning in to a shortened edition of Around the Tiers. Stay tuned, we'll have a final check of your weather, and 12 News at Noon wraps up next.
This has been Around the Tiers.